But this'll make or break the difference of you being able to help a family or not. You've got to become really good at asking questions. All right? Really, really good. And you got to become a perfectionist at asking who, what, when, where, why, and how. I'm going to break this down into 3 different segments. I'm going to break this down in this fashion. We're going to dig in deep, and I'm going to ask him as many questions as I possibly can. From there, I'm then going to go into phase 2, where I recap. I'm going to make sure that he understands that I understand. Remember, people buy because they like you, trust you, and
understand.
Okay? That he understands that I understand exactly how this is going to play out. So we're going to dig in with a line of questioning. We're then going to go ahead and recap to ensure that we have a clear understanding with one another. And then we're going to go into solidifying exactly why he needs this coverage. All right? Here we go. Yeah, what I want you to do is I really don't want you to pay attention to him so much. I want you to pay attention to me and how many questions I asked. I want you to pay attention to pausing, why I do what I do, and I'm going to go back after we get done with this and I'm going to explain it, and you guys will really start to kind of catch on, all right? But yeah, pay more attention to the questions that I ask, the line of questioning. So here we go. All right. Arthur. Okay. Arthur, so tell me, why are you guys looking into this type of protection? What would it mean to your family?
Well, we're looking into this type of protection because we recently purchased a house. My wife does not work. She's not from this country. Her family's not here. And God forbid something unexpected happens to me. I want her and my daughter to be protected, to be able to live a lifestyle that she's somewhat accustomed to, and make sure that my daughter has an education.
All right, so it was so good. This is so good because now there's so many other things I want to tell you. That's why I'm saying, damn it. Really quick, you've got to take notes. As he just did that, and what he told me, I have a pen and piece of paper writing down everything that he's saying. I just picked up so much there. So much. What did I pick up? He has a daughter. What else?
No family.
Wife that doesn't work. Brand new home. Guys.
Daughter go to school.
Education. Are you getting this? Do you understand how important? Just off of that, just but what he told me, I'm selling him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, but we still have to do it properly. Yeah.
You're not selling, we buy.
That's right. See? Thank you. Yeah, you caught me. Because I really don't like that word. And yeah. Thanks. Calling me out. Wait until I get to some questions. I'm going to resort back to you. Okay, so he gave me so much. So make sure, as they're telling you everything, that you're writing down as many notes as you possibly can. All right, write it down, write it down, write it down. And even if you're not catching up with everything that's, hey, could you repeat that just one more time? Take as many notes as you possibly can on their why. This is going to help you, I'll talk about that in just a second. How are we doing? 10 minutes. Okay. All right. So, so he just told me that. What's my second question? Very good. That's right. No matter no matter how he responds, my second question, I need to find out where his head's at. So, Arthur, if you didn't come home yesterday, how would this situation play out for your family as it stands today? Remember, I'm not asking these questions aggressive. I'm asking it with a very soft tone, a caring manner.
Well, as it stands today, the situation, they wouldn't be able to continue in the house. We do have, I have some life insurance, my wife has life insurance, but if I don't come home, there's no income coming in. cost of education today, and my daughter's a 3-year-old, so God knows what it will be at the time that she's ready for school. So what we have is not sufficient to carry them. My wife would definitely have to go to work. She has education, but she has no work experience in this country, so things would be very tough.
Now, when you say things would be very tough, and you say that they wouldn't be able to stay in the home, how long do you think they would have? How long do you think it would be before they had to start making some of those tougher decisions, as you said?
Well, there are a couple of $100,000 in life insurance, but the mortgage is greater than the amount of coverage that I currently have. So she's going to either have to immediately make arrangements to get out of the house so as to not lose the assets that she'll have from the life insurance. The best thing would probably be for her to go back to her country. She'd be able to live cheaper, and but then the educational side for my daughter becomes problematic at that point.
Okay. A couple $100,000 in life insurance. If you don't mind me asking, what was the original intention when you took that policy out on yourself?
Just to have burial expenses and to have her be able to go back home with some money.
Okay. And so really kind of what I'm gathering is you kind of got that for income replacement then, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
They all do that too. So what did I just do with that life insurance? Put it into a category, it's gone. You never have to worry about it again. It's not going to come up again. Thank you. It's not going to come up again because it's income replacement. So here, watch what I do now. All right, so that's going to be income replacement. How long do you think your family will have as it stands today?
If she stays here, if she decides to stay here, she's not going to have more than a couple of years.
After that couple of year period of time, where do they go? What do they do?
That's the question. Where do they go? What do they do? As I said, my daughter's 3 years old. My wife would have to probably go back to school, take some additional courses. She has a degree from her country, no work experience here. So it's going to be tough just finding employment, something that's going to pay more than a couple of dollars an hour. And so she's going to need to sell the house. That's something that she probably have to do immediately, as I said, so it doesn't start to eat at the money that she's going to have. That's what my advice to her would be.
What would you ultimately like to have happen?
Ultimately, I'd like for her to be able to stay in the house if she so desires. I think she'd probably want to stay in the house. I'd also like for to have some money to add towards the education. You know, the original plan was to pick up more insurance, not to die. So.
And you know, let me ask you this: from what I'm gathering, how do you think the work-life balance would be for your wife and your child?
Well, that's the hard part right there, because once again, I'll reiterate that the daughter's 3 years old. My wife would have to go back to school, so that means that she's going to either have to put the little girl in school or have someone come sit with her while she's in school taking classes. So neither situation is going to be a desirable one.
How many of you think I'm being relentless? Be relentless. If you think that was relentless, and I'm doing this like in a very lighthearted manner, because I don't want to get back that I'm being too aggressive with it, but I will go as deep as I possibly can. Now we recap, right? And so the recap is, you know, again, let me just tell you what I'm gathering. That if God forbid, Arthur, something happens to you, that your wife, and I would have the wife's name and I would have the kids use the wife's name, use the kid's name to kind of solidify clarity there. And then just recap. Thank you so much. All right. Hey, everyone give Arthur a round of applause.